Hi, it's Bruce from thirstgym.com. Today we're talking about exercise called the glute bridge with band RNT. What that means, just so you know, the acronym stands for reactive neuromuscular technique, which is essentially a way to get the body to do something from some kind of feedback, in this case, this band. Now, this is not an incredibly hard exercise. This is actually usually something probably seen in like the PT world, but we do like to do this sometimes to help athletes understand what external rotation is at the hip, which essentially means how our legs go out like this, because we do find that many athletes do have weak hip abduction, so we just want to make sure that we can strengthen that, and that's overall going to help performance benefits. Now, this band, I get mine from Elite FTS, not very strong, okay, just to make sure I'm clear with that, but you can get different varying resistance if you do want to make this harder. The other thing is this exercise can be loaded, so if you do want to add sandbags, barbell work, you probably see this on Instagram, TikTok, whatever, of girls doing this to grow their butt. This band honestly isn't doing anything in terms of the hypertrophy work. It's just giving them more of a sensation of external rotation, which sometimes can then let them actually get their hips through a little bit better, which is then giving range of motion, which the actual exercise they're doing is more effective, okay? This alone is not gonna build you a big J-Lo booty. Hate to break that to you. So what you're gonna do, get on the ground in your glute bridge position. You're going to take the band, it's gonna go around your knees, just like so. We're gonna get in our glute bridge position, and then from here, I want to make sure my pelvis is tucked underneath me, so I don't want to be arching before I do this. Pelvis tucked under me, back's flat. I'm going to take my feet a little bit wider than hip width. I should be feeling that band trying to pull my knees in. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my knees, I'm going to drive out to the band, make sure my feet are completely flat. Now I'm going to take my butt, since I'm already tucked underneath me, take my glutes, butt, drive it towards the ceiling. Good hold here, back down. Here, back down. So again, for me, this is not a challenging exercise whatsoever. Am I feeling my glutes work? Absolutely. I for sure am. But I'm just getting a little more external rotation. My foot contacts are really kind of actually supinating. I'm kind of making more of an arch because of the band, because it's trickling down into my feet. But that's as high as I need to go right here. You don't need to go like this, okay? Keep your whole foot flat, I'm sorry. If you got a fat foot, I'm also sorry. But keep this tucked underneath you. Squeeze your butt, and like that. Now, you can also do a hold here for a long duration. That's usually what I kind of give athletes personally, is I'll do a rep, 3 to 5 second hold. This is actually gonna challenge them a little bit to statically hold that position, keep their hips underneath them, back down. And you should start to feel your glutes and your hips really be engaged. Then you can take the band off, and then hopefully you can feel a little bit of difference. Now again, I said this isn't anything crazy, but you gotta realize that I work with a lot of youth athletes, young girls, and getting their hips stronger. You'd be amazed at how many athletes struggle with an exercise as simple as what I just did with just a little bit of load. So something like this can fit the bill, or if you've got an older population client, this is another drill you can use to kind of get them to feel what it should feel like to drive their hips through, have some external rotation, and get their posterior chain really starting to work for them, not against them. So when it comes to this, because this is more of like an activation-based drill, I don't really have a whole lot of prescription for you. You've got a lot of options that you could do here. I talked about the isometric holds you could do for each rep. You could do 5 reps and then use that as like a pre-warm-up based kind of drill before you squat and you deadlift. If you're working with youth athletes, this could be an introductory exercise before you begin to hinge. Hey, we're gonna do some glute bridges with this early in our session. Make sure we can feel our glutes and everything working, so when we go actually do an RDL, we know what it's like to actually have to squeeze our butt at the top, or you can even add this to the very, very end of an exercise and really just kind of burn somebody out, give them a little bit of weight here and really get their glutes burning, and that could be another option. So plenty of ways to use this as a drill or activity. If you got any questions, just let me know in the comment section below. Thanks, have a great day.